American Primeval starring Taylor Kitsch and Betty Gilpin is available on Netflix to watch right now. I just watched episode 3. Let's break this episode down with full spoilers. Man, Sarah got what she was asking for. This was a very, very tough episode. Now, not as much action as the previous 2 episodes, but the biggest moments and biggest part of this episode had to do with Betty Gilpin's character, Sarah. She has kind of been the thorn in the side of the show so far, trying to do things her own way, questioning and everything, just kind of being a little bit of a nuisance. But she learned her lesson. She learned what the American West is all about this episode, while also unlocking a whole new version of herself. Now, our main characters in this episode spent the entire time with a group of French travelers, and it looks like these travelers are basically luring in other Westerners who are traveling across the country, across the lands, to either steal their goods or have their way with them, as we saw with Sarah and one of those people. And I'm not sure if what happened with her gunning them all down towards the end of the episode, because she unlocked an entire side of herself that we have not seen to this point, but I'm not sure if that has to do with experience, having to do it before, her way around a gun, or if it was just the adrenaline pumping because of what had just happened to her. We know why she's running across the country. We know why she's trying to get to her son's true father, what she is running from, why this whole entire story is taking place. But was she only around a gun that one time? Or does she have a little bit more experience and a little bit more knowledge of what is happening than she's leading to believe? I'm really digging learning more about these characters, kind of seeing their characters fleshed out a little bit, getting to know them inside and out because of everything that they are experiencing in this American West. Now, as far as our other storylines, they're moving forward greatly. I mean, we have some great character development. We have some great moments, some great sequences. We saw Brigham Young go to Fort Bridger. He wants to buy that fort because he understands and knows how important that fort is to the land, to the idea of him building out his people, and he's more than likely going to take it by force because Bridger doesn't want to get rid of it. And then the other side of the Mormon militia, they are basically being hunted down by the U.S. Army. Now, they had a conversation this episode, and it looks like the U.S. Army knows that they are responsible, but how can they make sure that the evidence is clear that they are responsible for the deaths we saw in the first episode? I'm really curious on how all that plays out, because it's probably not going to end well. And then you have Abish, and Abish seems to be taking a liking to the Native American culture a little bit. It took a little bit, and she probably still feels like she's hostage, but now that Red Feather went to her mother's camp, she seems to have liked the setting a little bit more. And you also have Abish's husband, who saw the pocket watch from the gentleman that he was with from the Mormon militia, who then he related it to someone that he was with in the party that got shot down in the first episode. This show's been great so far. I'm going to continue on. Episode 4 reaction coming tomorrow.